Today we're going to talk about a new feature that allows users to more easily judge the validity of evidence. So if you don't already know, TruthScore is the open source platform that allows us to debate, investigate, really just journalize and fact check in a completely open scenario where whatever you put out can be challenged directly by the internet at large. So it's not a one-way article, it's not a one-way TV show that they're just talking to you. Whatever we're saying on TruthScore can be challenged or supported directly by everyone on the internet. And so I'm going to go ahead, and I've already logged in. I'm going to go ahead and scroll to the right here. I'm going to pick this left ideals are good for society, very hot topic. And in this left ideals are good for society, if you can see here, on the left we have supporting items, and on the right we have challenging items, and together they compete for the score of 54, which is at the moment likely true. And so, but we're looking at evidence here. So I'm going to drill down into this challenge that left ideals are destroying women's sports, something that is really fascinating in our society today, right? So Dan Senna is trying to challenge the left ideals are good for society by bringing up the fact that left ideals are destroying women's sports. In his challenge, he is supporting his challenge, if you can follow that, with this piece of evidence. So what is his evidence? The evidence is that trans women have an advantage in women's sports, and that supports that left ideals are destroying women's sports. So it's not good enough that Dan put this here as evidence that he believes supports this subject, okay? On TruthScore, me, the user, you, the user, can judge for yourself, and that's where the vote comes in. So we're going to be able to vote exactly what we think about when it comes to this evidence. So first, let me open the article. Let me read the article. I've read it off camera. Really interesting article. They mention statistics. It's very clear. And so here now, anyone can judge whether or not this is reasonable, whether or not this is good evidence. And here it is. Is the claim above represented in the evidence? Here's the claim. I totally believe it is. I believe this is true, period, regardless of this article. I have a brain and I know that trans women sometimes have an advantage. So, but is it represented in the article? Absolutely. That is exactly what the article is about. It's very clear. So the answer is yes. Is the evidence above authentic in nature? It's not a fraud, right? Is it a fraud? Is it not a fraud? And it's not. Besides The Guardian being reputable in many ways, they go into great detail about where they get the information from. It's all verifiable. They're just not making stuff up. They're reporting on facts. And so this is definitely not a fraud. Now, I can leave a comment. I don't want to. I'm going to go ahead and make this judgment. So this now is Dan Senna's evidence, and now my vote for the validity of the evidence. And so we have two strong votes voting that this is actually pretty good evidence, very good evidence, about how left ideals are destroying women's sports through this trans woman advantage. And that's what TruthScore is about. It's about crowdsourcing the reasoning and the logic that comes behind something. And so that is the new feature that we added. When was the last time you reached a website that actually gives you the chance to judge how good evidence is, and very specifically how good evidence is, not just an upvote, not just some emoji, but really judge evidence as just one small part of the greater discussion about left ideals being good for society. So I hope you enjoyed the website. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you see the value in what TruthScore is. Please visit us on truthscore.com. Again, I'm Leandro, the founder of TruthScore, and I'm inviting you to come check us out. Make your research known. Make your research have meaning by putting down the logic and reasoning that makes something true. Thanks.